many people that know what's going
Right,
on.
right.
But those people can come in and hurt what it took years for other black people to build up on the backs of other black people. That is very difficult to even think about.
But you know, this is not new. The behavior has been around since the beginning of time. The only reason that the media is putting so much emphasis on it is because of the rise in HIV infections in our community. This behavior has been around since the beginning of time. But it's funny that because the church is the foundation in our communities, and a lot of us get all of our information from the church. And sometimes church folk will try to pick and pull scriptures out of the Bible to justify their hate for homosexuality. But the word homosexual is not in the Bible. And it's funny, when I go to church sometimes, and the pastor will get up and he'll talk about the abomination. It's not about Adam and Steve, it's about Adam and Eve. And those are boring sermons that most churches have at least once a month. Because sometimes they have to have those sermons because of pressure from the mother's board, or they have to have those sermons because of pressure from the deacon board, because all of a sudden they look around and they see a lot of gay men attending that church. So the pastor will get up and he'll talk about abomination, you're going to hell, and that type of thing. And all those DL men who are the first ones who stand up and say, you better preach, pastor, get them out of our church. I've been there. They are the ones just as guilty as those gay men. You don't have to worry about gay men. Gay men are not the ones who are infecting our women. I have a lot of gay friends, and they are not having sex with women. So we need to, that's why I have a problem with the word gay, because gay is a culture. And a lot of my gay friends, or my homosexual friends, are no longer considering themselves to be gay.
Because they're saying, I'm not a part of that culture.
I'm not part of that culture.
I may sleep with men.
But I'm not part of that white culture. I'm an MSM, I'm an SGL.
Okay, now you got to tell me what that is.
I'm a same gender loving individual.
Okay, SGL, same gender loving, okay.
Or I'm an MSM, a man who has sex with men. Okay. Or I'm non-identified, which means that I have sex with men, but I refuse to be labeled AKA on the DL.
But you know what? If I'm a single woman and I'm looking to date someone, looking to build a relationship, I'm going to tell you who I am. I want you to know the good, the bad, everything, because when we get into this, when we're in it, I'm in it. With a man, I want to know who you are. If you don't give me anything else, tell me who you are.
I'll tell you everything but what I want you not to know. And that happens every day.
But then,
even with straight men, even heterosexual men will tell you what they want you to know. They won't tell you I got a baby mama on the other side of town, or they won't tell you they have a drug problem. They'll tell you what you want to hear in that environment to get with you.
I have to agree with that, but the one thing that, with the down low, the thing that's staggering to me is you have a chance of affecting life or death for me. And that is far more serious than anything else that you can really introduce to the relationship.
Anything. It's funny that a lot of men don't want to know their status. You know, the CDC has said...
And see, that's the thing that concerns me.
Because if I go get an AIDS test or HIV test, then normally I have to go to another county because I don't want nobody to see me going to the free clinic. I can't go to my doctor because it may get out. My insurance may come back and haunt me. So what I do is I just don't want to, I don't want to know. You will be surprised at how many men in their 50s who have never taken an HIV test, never. And the only time they find out is when their woman gets infected because she has given her body to that man out of pure trust. Now, what I tell DL men is because, number one, they're not trying to hear a sermon from me saying, stop having sex with men. I don't even do that. Okay. Those men who come to me for advice, what I tell these brothers is, look, when you're out doing your thing with your dudes, always practice safer sex. Never allow a man to ejaculate in your body without you having him wear a condom, because you can't trust a brother just because you see him at the gym or just because he's a police officer. And sometimes that's all it takes for a lot of brothers. They see a guy who's at the gym, who got a nice body, and that's all it takes.
Even as a woman, I don't care how fine he is. I don't care what he's driving. I don't care what his position is, what his status is. I want to know who you are. I want to know who you are. If you're a drug user, I need to know that. That's the only thing that's going to allow me to make an intelligent decision. Now, going in, I'm praying on you anyway. So I really want to know, okay, Lord, you got to tell me who this brother is. Is he from you? When a man withholds information, even if that I got a kid across town. I really don't work, whatever it is. That information has to be shared, and we gotta figure out how to create an environment that is conducive to being honest.
Yes,
because
I agree.
that's the basic of the whole problem. The dishonesty brings in everything else. And if you're on the down low and you wink at me and you will talk to me, give it to me.
What if I meet you at a church function or at the mall or at the grocery store, and we feeling each other, just passing by, and I run back in, I give you my card, and I say, let's go out, and you ask me, well, are you bisexual, gay? You ask me those basic questions, and I still look at you and say, no. And then we start going out, we start dating. And you constantly ask me, are you bisexual, gay, homosexual, have any tendencies, bi-curious, or what? And I'm looking at it, no. Eventually you take me home, your mama liked me, your daddy liked me. We are now becoming an item and a couple. You ask me, are you gay, bisexual, bi-curious? No. Eventually, I'm gonna wear you enough where you're gonna trust me enough where you're gonna just let your guards down. That's why you have so many women. My daughter, my biggest fear for my daughter is that she would meet a brother who would lie to her, who would take her down a path of total destruction. And even women who don't get infected, the whole emotional fallout from when they find out that their man has been having sex with other men
because
is devastating.
Sooner or later, I don't care what it is, it comes to light.
I don't know. If you're good at what you do, DL men are real slick at what they do. You read in the book how I wrote the 5 behavior types.
Yes.
In the DL Nation, or the secret fraternity, as I call it, there's different levels of expertise. You have a lot of young brothers now who are in college and in high school who are trying to perfect that skill. And then you have brothers who are at another level where they're trying to...
But this is perfecting deceit, dishonesty.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
It is.
And that really is the part of it that disturbs me. You put me in a position where I can't make an intelligent decision.
You can't.
The Lord has got to really show me this brother is on the down low. And how else will I know?
You won't know. You won't know. When married women come to me and ask me, what am I supposed to do? I've been married for 10 years. I got 3 kids. I know there are DL men who are married. What am I supposed to do? And I've said to sisters that until we get a cure for HIV, that you're constantly going to be a potential victim. Because I can't, if I'm married to you, all of a sudden, if we've been married for 10 years and 3 kids, start wearing a condom. I can't do that. If I come home and you say, baby, I think we should start, you're going to look at me like.
We need to have a heart-to-heart.
What's this?
We need to have a go to Jesus meeting real quick.
Yeah, real quick.
Yeah.
But I think that it takes the church, because the church is a foundation of where we get our information. If we can get
Do you think the church can do it?
Yes. There are organizations now, the Balm of Gilead in New York, and their whole mission is to educate churches, black churches, on how to establish HIV programs, HIV outreach programs. I do a lot of work with churches. There are some churches in the country where you can get condoms in the vestibule because they've been socially responsible. There are some churches in the country where you go to the education wing and you see brochures about safer sex. They do condom negotiation workshops for their members because this behavior is having such an impact on our community. And the majority of churches are women. So if you had a lot of young women who are about to go off to college or who are at that dating age, they need to have those type of workshops to teach that young woman on how to negotiate condom usage. Because brothers don't like wearing condoms. And a lot of young brothers feel that, I can't wear a condom because I'm too big. And that whole conversation. My daughter said to me that a lot of times she was a graduate of a black college, that sometimes peer pressure or sometimes being too trusting, and sometimes that brother saying to her, well, baby, I love you, and when we get out of school, we're going to get married and live happily ever after, or, the condom's going to break, or I want to feel you. And because she didn't have the skills to say to him, oh, the condom will fit, and let me put it on you, or if you don't want to wear a condom, then I need to go home. We got to have those type of conversations with our young people.
My whole thing is this, you know what I'm saying? You got pedophiles, you got people that sleep with sheep and farm animals and shit. What is you gonna do when you don't find your man friend? You gonna start sleeping with sheep? My thing is this, all that crazy, man. All that just crazy, man. And there's no belief and no spiritual base in that being. They've lost their spiritual base. Because let me tell you something. I'm one of the freakiest brothers I know when it comes to them good. You get what I'm saying? I'm going to go get it how I want to go get it, and I'm going to make it do what it do.
Right.
But what a dude going to do? And then, for the friend-wise, he better not tell me he gay. And I'm being real honest, bro, because I can no longer, because one thing about it, should I hang with the pedophile? Because Jesus loved him too. So what they said, you give me, so should I have a pedophile for dinner with a gay dude and a dude sleeping with sheep at my damn table? Just because we supposed to forgive. All right, damn forgive. Don't come to my house.
That comes back to socialization. What your culture, what do you believe, what do you believe that's inside of your cultural framework?
Gentlemen.
That's what your cultural framework and your socialization has to do with.
Right.
If you can sit up there, all right, in the black community, historically, we were not with this homosexual stuff.
No, we were not.
All right. Just in the last, say, about 20 years now, 20 to 30 years, 25 years or so, it's really become prevalent in our community. Right. Now, it's being forced upon us because now the laws inside the United States is pro-gay.
Yeah.
But we're inside of their community. We're being socialized and living inside their community. See, we don't have a community no more. We're not even a people no more.
Right.
All right, we can call ourselves black people, colored people, Negroes, spear chucker, coon, whatever. We're not a people no more.
But now, because we're speaking on two different things.
No,
now,
it's the same thing because
No, I got what you're saying.
What it brings is confusion. What it brings is you take on somebody else's culture.
Okay, now
And
in
you
this brother's
put
case,
it and you put it inside your culture.
does this brother get the right to sleep with everybody he wants to sleep with? No.
Okay,
Hold
okay.
on. I want to say something. And
right.
I'm not. We're not judging him. You understand what I'm saying?
Right, I'm
okay,
not
cool.
judging
Okay,
it.
cool.
All right, but it depends on what he has as his cultural, social paradigm.
Okay.
Now,
whoa, hands flying up now, everybody. Okay, go ahead.
I agree with what my man said back there. I mean, it's different when a guy's sleeping around with different females. I mean, it's a whole different perspective than when he's sneaking in, you know what I'm saying, with some dudes, because ain't no such thing as a bisexual man. If you sleep with a man, you gay.
Gay.
You know what I'm saying? It's bisexual with women, but you sleep with a man, you gay, plain and simple.
that's it.
It ain't, you know what I'm saying? And I'm with my man. If one of my boys, you've been my boy all this time, and now you telling me you gay, we can't even hang out no more,
Right,
because you know what I'm saying? You ain't been a real friend to me to tell me the truth anyway
Pass it
all this
around a
time.
bit.
But you know, I'm straight. The thing about it is, I got 5 brothers, okay? And if one of my brothers came to me and said, "Hey Q, hey, I'm gay," do you stop loving them any less? I mean, it would crush me. It would mess me up. But what you deal with it. I mean, I haven't had to. I mean, my partners, I can't even imagine. Flora came to me and said, "Q, man, you know what? I've been looking at your," you know. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You know, I'm gonna be distant. I'm gonna be calling him a little bit more than seeing him. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta think about that. I mean, you can say, "Hey, man, hey, look, go on with that thing." You know what I'm saying? But really,
Go on with that thing.
yeah, go on with that. I can't handle that. But I mean, but at the same time, do you stop loving them? I mean, I'm gonna love you from afar.
I would certainly say, first of all, we've lost when we use the terminology that the perverts and the deviants have bought for us, and that term is called gay. I'm old enough to understand that the term means technically colorful and happy.
Exactly.
What they did was hijack the term, turned it out,
to gay,
and
right.
made it a term that has to do with sexuality. So they are perverts and deviants. Once you recognize that this individual is a pervert, whether he's your friend
deviant, right.
or a stranger, then there are certain parameters. I agree, you still love them, but you let them know, first of all, you don't ever come to me with that because I will break something on you. Secondly, you want to change because the Creator is going to break something on you when you die. So once the problem has been, in my estimation, when our women became Europeanized, they were the ones who initially allowed the pervert and the deviant to sit with them at dinner and in their little their little groups, and they would say, yeah, girl, yeah, child, you okay? It's all right for you to be effeminate. And that's what we see. Until we as men develop a strategy of unity, organization, and culture, our women are left to look at the European society as the model for economic, social, and political success. And until we extricate ourselves from it, we will continue to see this push for immorality, sexual deviance, and the confusion, because we as men have not set a standard for stability in our community.
I've sat here and listened to every one of you guys' conversation about what you had to say. Every one of you are confused. There's only two choices. There's good or evil, right or wrong. Everything you do is because of a choice you make. Mm-hmm. We have a culture. We have a society. It's not the white man's fault. It's not the woman's fault. It's a choice that you make. It's a choice you make. I heard you guys say, well, you know, the woman came on to me because we were having sex with her. No, it's not. If that same woman had a body like Beyonce but had a face like Attila the Hun, you'd have made a different choice. You wouldn't have slept with her. Now, it's a matter of choice. It's what you make. Now, we have a society. Hold up. We have a society. We have a culture. It depends on whether or not you want to stay inside that culture, if you want to get out of the culture. It don't have anything to do with what God said about Hebrew Israelites, Islam, Muslim, Ben Yahweh, anybody. It's right or wrong. What it is that you learned when you were little, what it is you can see out of your eyes. Now, all of us have seen crackheads. None of us want to be crackheads. None of us want to go to jail. It's a matter of what you want. It's a matter of right and wrong. All of us have been taught right or wrong. That's it. That's just two choices, right or wrong.
I kind of agree, but I believe there's another point. Well, no. Because the bottom line, the discussion is about the down low brothers. And when I was listening to him, I'm listening to that same thing. But I want you to understand something. The right and wrong and the choice, he's right. Everything is a choice. There comes the point. There's even the scripture in the Bible says there's no temptation that is taking you, but God will make a way of escape. So there's always a choice.
But I can recollect the days when I was a boy, maybe 5, 6, 7 years old, going to Sunday school and going in the bathroom to pee. And there was 2 old men that used to hang in the bathroom trying to say something to the little boys. So this is older. This is far older than we even think it is.
Yes.
You understand? And as deviant as these crackers are, there's no telling what they did to us as men during slavery. They did it to our women. You know they did it to us. There's a lot of things that are coming up from inside of us, like ghosts rising up out of us. Mm-hmm. And I believe that all this gay issue is just some suppressed things that we have in us, and it's something we have to conquer.
There is it. That's it. Because I don't, listen, you say you have gay friends. I have a gentleman right now, I can say his name, and he's just as gay as he wants to be, and he's happy being gay. I never knew he slept with women, but you know, because we prejudge. They've set a culture so much that we prejudge. That if I stop and I talk like this and I just slow down just a little bit, oh y'all, look, everybody starts saying, he did that pretty good. We've already categorized that person in that lifestyle. So what we do is we now push them over there. And now they've been pushed over there. They may not even be in the lifestyle, but nobody else will deal with them. If I pop my lips too many times, y'all gonna still ask me, hey, Dallas, you know,